Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Um, Welcome to Raw Review. Before we get on with tonight's show, I've always do my big news. Tonight's big news. Well, it's not. Well, this one's not really big news, but it's the reason why Miz wasn't on tonight's show. The reason the Miz was not on tonight's show is because of his wedding that he's in. He's getting married. Brodus Clay was on the show either because he's out promoting his new movie. And this is the big news. The big news is here. If you guys didn't watch Wednesday's video, I'll repeat one thing I did say on Wednesday, which is the WWE 14 or WWE 2K14 or whatever you guys want to call it. The cover has been revealed. It's not officially made yet, but the cover person has been revealed. Stephanie McMahon revealed it during WrestleMania Access. It's The Rock this year, unfortunately. So, let's get on with tonight's show. It's 17, well, not 17 minutes, it's 12 minutes after Raw, so this is as good as it's going to get. To start off the show, we had a handicap match. Just like, it was basically like the same kind of handicap match that you got on Smackdown, Randy Orton and Sheamus versus the Big Show. There was this amazing feat of strength, this electric chair that Sheamus did to the Big Show. I mean, this was to me impressive. But Orton and Sheamus got the win here. By Sheamus did Big Show had Randy in the chokeslam hold. Sheamus goes over and bro kicks him, and then right after that, Big Show bounced off the ropes, and Randy Orton gets RKO and gets a 1-2-3. That match was okay. 3MB had an interview, and they said that they were going to call out the Shield because of what happened to them on SmackDown. They were beat up and everything, which I'd call someone out if that happened to me. So then you come back from a commercial, 3MB's in the ring, and they say, Shield, we want you out here. And they wait, and they wait, and they wait, and all of a sudden you hear, down now, Brock Lesnar comes out. And Brock Lesnar actually now has pyro with his entrance now. It's pretty cool. But he destroyed 3MB. I've never seen Brock Lesnar move so fast either, because at one time he clotheslined Heath Slater, and oh my god, that was awesome. This whole thing right here is setting up Triple H versus Brock Lesnar again, for like the 4th time, I believe. But they want it. What they're wanting is at Extreme Rules. This is your first match that they've announced so far that they're wanting. Is at Extreme Rules they want Lesnar versus Triple H in a steel cage match. To be honest with you, I think Lesnar might have the upper hand in this match, but I guess we're gonna find out. After that, you had a title match for the night, which was the United States Championship match. We haven't seen the United States title on the line since, I don't know, the Royal Rumble, because wasn't that the pre-show match then? But you had Kofi Kingston versus Antonio Cesaro. It was a pretty good back-and-forth match. I didn't mind this match. I just don't like who the winner was. The winner of this match and new United States Champion was Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston won the United States Championship. They give it to him because that's their mid-card guy. They give it to him just to have like a short title reign, and then when someone who they can think of comes in, or something that they can think of comes up, they'll make him lose it and give it to someone else, kind of like Wade Barrett. Whenever Wade Barrett won the Intercontinental Championship, they just, I guess, had nothing to do with Antonio Cesaro, so they just give it to Kofi. That's their mid-card guy, is Kofi Kingston. At the end of the first hour was a Dolph Ziggler promo, and he explained what showing off is. Del Rio interrupted, and he said he wants his rematch. So Vicky was like, okay, fine, you'll have your rematch. World Heavyweight Championship on the line right now. That was all well and good. They're about to get started, and then you hear Jack Swagger's music hit. And Jack Swagger comes out and attacks Del Rio and just destroyed him. Just destroyed that knee that he worked on. So the match didn't happen. And then you had a match, Primetime Players versus Team Hell No. This match wasn't really that good. Team Hell No won this by chokeslam. And then they announced, I don't know, I'd say probably a really good match for next week, which they're going to be in London, England next week. It's going to be the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and Undertaker, with Daniel Bryan versus the Shield. That match to me would be cool because one, you get to see Undertaker in action. And then after that you had Ryback explain why he destroyed John Cena last week, and he said that the whole reason he did it was because every time he faced the Shield, where was John Cena? They were friends. I mean, heck, you even saw Cena give his title match shot up to Ryback for Hell in a Cell. But every time the Shield was attacking, where was John Cena? And he also brought up the point that I kind of figured he would bring up this point. The fact that John Cena was the man to eliminate him, and the fact that Ryback was the last to be eliminated at the Royal Rumble. Because Ryback was saying that he had it won, and then Cena eliminated him. And that title should have been his, because the Royal Rumble winner that year went on to face and win the WWE Championship. After that, you had R-Truth versus Wade Barrett. This was an okay match. Tonight was like really the night of upsets. I'm going to call this Upset Night Raw. I mean, kind of like you had your new United States Champion. This one you had R-Truth beat Wade Barrett. So this one was, it was just a match. I mean, this match wasn't really that good. The first part of Raw was good. The second part is where you started going down. You just started making a downward spiral, because then you had your good matches, it seemed like, and then you're just downhill from there. And then you had Bricky, your team Bricky, and Teddy Long saying that later, since Swagger did what he did to Del Rio, and he interrupted in the match, it was going to be Swagger versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, if you guys don't remember, they used to be tag team partners. They were never champions, they were just partners. Then you had a crappy match. I mean, I like who won, but you just had a crappy match. You had the Great Khali and Santino versus Team Rhodes Scholars. Team Rhodes Scholars won this. Santino hit the Cobra on Damien Sandow, and then Cody Rhodes gets out of the ring and because he was about to get the Cobra hit on him, and Hornswoggle hit the Cobra on his chest, and he says, "You're doing it wrong," and then he gets nailed by Khali. And then Damien Sandow rolls up Santino and got the win. So Team Rhodes Scholars won that. That was not really a good match at all. It was just a 4-minute match, if that. And then at your 10 o'clock segment, for me it was 10 o'clock, you had this video package of all these people around the world, what we call fandangoing. Now, to me, I think this fandangoing is going to be like the next Harlem Shake, because the Harlem Shake is apparently popular. Fandangoing is popular. This is going to be your next Harlem Shake. I guarantee you. Even a former diva, a diva who's right now, well, I don't know what they call them in the brand, but a diva who right now is in Ring of Honor even did it at one of the shows that they had recently. Maria fandangoed during one of the shows, or she started fandangoing during one of the shows. Then you had your Fandango interview, which turned into a segment. Jerry the King Lawler was kind of interviewing him in the ring about fandangoing and all this, and then he just kind of talked about fandangoing and his name and all this. There was no Jericho tonight either, because they don't want to use up Jericho's contract. They're just like they don't want to use up The Rock's contract, Brock Lesnar's contract, Triple H, and all this. they don't want to bring in these guys and just waste them. They said so. Then you had a John Cena interview. All he said was, at the end of the show, or for the last segment of the show, he was going to call out Ryback and explain to him what the WWE Championship really means. And then you had your Swagger versus Dolph Ziggler match. I was hoping this was the main event, but it wasn't. Because this was, to me, was a very good match. Swagger won this match, actually, so like I said, the world champion lost. This is your night of upsets. Swagger beat Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler came down to the ring wearing the title backwards, again. And at the end of the match, as you see Swagger walking back up towards the stage, Del Rio attacks Swagger, put him in the cross arm breaker while he's hanging off the stage, and I'd say he roughed him up pretty good. Sheamus had an interview. It wasn't a long interview. It was just a brief, like he was about to say something, and then he got attacked by Mark Henry again. Like I said on Friday, this is going to lead up to a Mark Henry Sheamus match. They're doing this feud again. If you don't remember this feud, they did it during a SummerSlam when they broke the barricade. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be one of those ones again. CM Punk comes out and talks about his WrestleMania match with The Undertaker. Now, you might think that his injury is fake. It's not. He really hurt himself. And when did he hurt himself? He hurt himself during the WrestleMania 29 match against The Undertaker when he was doing his flying elbow drop to The Undertaker onto the table. He let his knee. He hurt his knee on that match. And then as Punk was talking, he basically gave the mic to Paul Heyman and just walked out. He didn't walk. He walked up the ramp and thought, you know what? No, I'm gonna walk around and out of the under the Titantron little extra part there. So something's going on. I have no idea what it is right now, but this is becoming interesting. Booker T was getting mad at Theodore Long for booking the match he did, which was the Jack Swagger versus Dolph Ziggler, which I guess is next week. They didn't announce when this match was, but I think it's going to be next week, or it could be on Smackdown for all we know. It's going to be Swagger versus Del Rio versus Dolph Ziggler for the World Heavyweight Championship in a triple threat match. Then you had your main event. Another Divas main event. You had Nikki Bella taking on Caitlyn. Nikki got the win here. Again, all the champions lost tonight. If you were a champion, it seemed like you lost tonight. This was won by what they call twin magic. Bellas are twins, so one got hurt. One was acting like, "Oh, I'm hurt." The other one pulls her out, slips in, and gets the win for her. That was your main event. John Cena calls, and then your last segment of the night, John Cena calls out Ryback and talks to Ryback about the promo they cut earlier, which was, to me, a very good promo. I liked that promo, but John Cena said that was boring. To me, it wasn't boring. And as Ryback gets out of the ring, he's standing at the bottom of the ramp, and the Shield come out. But for a second there, while they're talking, you see this brief Shield. You see Shield kind of stand together, and they come out, and they attack Cena. They destroy Cena. And the Ryback's, and not the Ryback, the Shield's all confused, like, Ryback's not going to attack us? Well, let's go attack Cena. So they attacked Cena. They did their triple powerbomb. After they did their triple powerbomb, Ryback walked up to the ramp and walked out. And to me, I might like this feud. It depends on where they go. It depends on what they do with it next week. This feud, to me right now, is doing good. This is an okay Raw. A couple matches were bad. Your main event was bad, but to me, this Raw was okay. That was this episode of Raw Rewind. Thank you for tuning in. I might not be doing midweek Wednesday, but I'm going to try to. So stay tuned for that on Wednesday, that is. And I will see you all definitely. I will definitely see you all for the Smackdown Rebound. Thank you.